So we can carry this half of the program in English and half of the program in Persian Farsi. And I'm very pleased to welcome Mr. Abdul Ali Faik, one of the co-founders of the United States of Khorasan, and Sister Nadia, and other respected colleagues and friends here in the Clubhouse, YouTube of Khorasan International, and TikTok as well. Before I start the program, I kindly ask you guys to listen to the national anthem of the United States of Khorasan. And for the respect of the national anthem of the United States of Khorasan, I kindly ask everyone to stand up and put your right hand on your chest.
دوستای عزیز در کلاب هاوس لایف هستیم. بیایید در کلاب هاوس به زبان انگلیسی.
About 3 years ago, the United States of Khorasan team has come together after the government fall, and unfortunately, the Afghan politicians, the Pashtuns, have come out together with an idea to govern the government of Khorasan, and within a hidden agenda
کسایی که انگلیسی میفهمن دعوت بکنین
between the United
دوستا.
States of America and the Taliban, treaty was signed, and the Taliban came over and took the power in the country.
دوستایی که در
Since then,
یوتیوب
about
هستن
3
شریک
years, the
بسازید.
women in Khorasan and girls are banned from schools. The
کسایی
girls are
که
banned from universities, and they're not allowed to work. Yeah, you have heard it right. Correct. It's a misery, the tyranny of the Afghans, the nationalists, the ignorant people, that they don't let our girls to educate. They don't let our women to work and get out of their homes to buy their primary living stuff. In the meanwhile, a group of scholars, university professors, lecturers, experts, engineers, they all came together under one chamber 2.5 years ago, and they decided to create a government in exile. On May 2022, they decided to create the United States of Khorasan, the federal democratic government. You have heard a lot from us about the United States of Khorasan flag, political structure, national anthem that you just have heard, the future plans for our ladies, educational and economic programs. Everything will be illustrated today. And I'm pleased to welcome Mr. Abdul Ali Faik for today's meeting. Thank you very much for your time, and most welcome to today's debate.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I'm here.
The first question I would love to ask you, sir, what is the United States of Khorasan, and why is it called the United States of Khorasan?
Yeah, basically, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm extremely excited and to be part of this miraculous vision. And I'm very glad to have many people in our TikTok, as well as Clubhouse and YouTube and Twitter, X, and Facebook as well. United States of Khorasan precisely is a notion that has been created in 25th of May 2022 purely because of the dislocation and because of transformation of power from one Awghan, Ashraf Ghani Ahmadzai, the most ruthless criminal thug in the history of our mankind, to the most ruthless criminal butchers and very jingoistic system, which is called the Taliban. And we call them the prehistorical animal. And the power has transferred, and many of our people distracted, disturbed, and dislocated. And basically, 16 million Khorasani indigenous people has been expelled since Karzai epoch or regime. So when the collapse occurred and there was no hope for the Afghan tribal system, and therefore we as intellectuals, students, ordinary people, we gathered and we established the United States of Khorasan Democratic Federal and Exile. And United States of Khorasan means we have 34 states, and these 34 states and called United States of Khorasan. Like Germany has 16 states, or Switzerland has 26 canton or states, and Great Britain has 4 states, and United States of America has 50 plus states. And also our neighbor country, Pakistan, has 4 states. So our system is a federal, so that's why we call it United States of Khorasan. So this is precisely what we mean by United States of Khorasan.
Copy that. You know, sir, the Tajiks, Hazaras, and Uzbeks, they're all just their hope, and their only wish is now the United States of Khorasan. They're all watching you, and their hope has become the United States of Khorasan. What core values do you believe should form the foundation of this nation?
Very good questions. We as a United States of Khorasan Democratic Federal and Exile have 10 civil service values and standards. So we firmly believe that we implement and we are implementing all these values and standards. The first value that we have, it is called integrity. Integrity is crucially important for us as a transparent and accountable government. Objectivity is the second standards and value. Impartiality, that's also crucially important. Honesty, sincerity, transparency, accountability, diversity, fairness, and equality. These 10 values and standards that our government implementing, and there's no way without these values and standards. Having said that, all these values and standards has been mingled in our administrative proactivity as well. So every individual, every citizen, and every responsible, or they have responsibility in our government, it must. So that also mirror or conceptualize in our constitutions. So these are the values and standards that we are carrying and implementing.
Copy that. In your previous discussions and meetings, we have heard that you have taken the structure of the United States of Khorasan from Switzerland. What can you tell us about Switzerland and similarities of the United States of Khorasan structure and political platforms?
Yes, we basically study.
I mean, sorry to interfere, but why Switzerland? Why not other countries?
Okay.
Why Switzerland specifically?
We have precisely had so many case studies across the world. Me personally and my colleagues and cronies, we have conducted a research based on empirical research and field research. And we had a case study research as well. So in the past of 21 years, we have done our research and we travel extensively and comprehensively across the world. I personally traveled 6 countries to see which model is compatible to our country, Khorasan. So we choose few models like Iraq, consociationalism, but consociationalism is not being compatible to Khorasan civilization, history, and contemporary era. So that's why we skip that, but we learn from. Also, we were so enthusiastic to duplicate the governance or the political setups of Germany, one of the most prominent and most stable and most vibrant and frisky system on the face of the earth. Twice I traveled to Berlin and Frankfurt as well, 2013 and 2016. So we saw, the political setups and also the economy aspect of Germany. Absolutely miraculous, so vibrant and so dynamic. You know about the economy and the innovation that they have developed. That is insanely, astonished people.
Exactly, sir. You have just talked about economy, right?
I'll come to the point. I will go a little for. Then we also saw the model of United States of America and so many other countries. But why Switzerland? That was your question. Switzerland has a lot of cons and pros, a lot of divergence and convergence. There's a lot of similarity and differences. But a similarity or compatibility is so close and so unique. And I can give you so many classical examples, but the geopolitical of Switzerland and geostrategic and geohistorical of Switzerland has so compatible and so suitable to Khorasan. Having said that, our national hero Ahmad Shah Massoud dream was a federal or confederation system, and that's why we carrying Ahmad Shah Massoud, the national hero of Khorasan legacy, and that's why we choose Switzerland.
Correct. Sir, you know that our people in Khorasan are living in a very misery and poor situation. When you talk about economics and similarities of the Switzerland to Khorasan, what can you promise? What kind of economical changes will the United States government bring to our people inside Khorasan? Can you really promise that people should have a big interest, show support for the United States of Khorasan? What can you bring into the napkins? What kind of change can you bring in the economical situation?
Yeah. Basically, we pledge what we promised. We are going to pledging what we promised people on 25th May 2022. So we believe what we say and we say what we believe. Therefore, we have a sheer determination and a clear vision and a very strong and dynamic mission that we are working on it. First thing we will do in Khorasan, when we enter Khorasan and we dominate the power, we have the devolution, that the distribution of power and delegation of power. So there are two paradigms and two examples that most countries or post-conflict countries they implemented in their conflict society. So our aim is to distribute the power, to delegate the power for people, 34 ethnicity inside Khorasan. This is first thing we need to balance. And the second things that we will immediately implement is the job, the job opportunity. Creating job opportunity is our most priority. So the first thing we do, distributing the power and also creating a lot of job opportunity. Why we are emphasizing so intensively about job opportunity? Because we have expertise and we have experience in this field. So this is the second things, and also mine. This is the most crucial part that we will explore is our mine, industry. Mine industry is so vast and so profitable. Nowadays, the Taliban, the prehistorical animals, they are exploring, but they are exploiting our mine system or mine industry, and they exploring based on egalitarianism, which is the worst form of basically exploring a mine. So what we will do, and we turn it around. And this is the third. And the fourth, that we have to attract a lot of investors and blue chip company across the world. We will following the standards of Dubai, because Khorasan has that capacity, that sagacity, and that pertinacity. So we will attract a lot of investors based on Singapore tax value or taxation, not Dubai taxation. The model we following is Dubai. We attract investors. Who are these investors? These investors could be Khorasanis, millionaires and billionaires across the world, like our Jewish community. They have a lot of multi-millionaires entrepreneurs and enterprise holders. And also Christian family who are from Khorasan, but they expelled by Afghans. So we will attract them. They are mostly in New York's and Wall Streets and Berlin and New York and London and Japan and Singapore. So we will invite them and we will tell them that this is a golden opportunity. It's a win-win. So you can be in your country as citizen, simultaneously you can invest and you can bring a lot of innovation and our countries. This is another plan that we will do. Having said that, and also we will expand Kabul to Gulbahar, to Sanjaddara, Goldara, and we will expand it as London expanded. Any other metropolitan city across the world expanded. The more we expand Kabul, the more job opportunity we could create. This is crucially important from a macro economic perspective and point of view. We are expertise and we have a lot of experience in franchising, in expansionism, and as well as how we create jobs, and also about entrepreneurship and about the company, how we attract companies and investors. So that's our field, and we have a lot of an extensive experience in this regard.
Sir, thank you so much for answering this question. Why I ask this question is because a lot of people promised Khorasanis inside Khorasan that they bring changes, they have plans, but it all remain in the statement. That's why the question is really nice illustrated. And I would love to ask you very short if any of the investors, merchants, or any of these traders have shown interest to work with you from our country, Khorasan, and other international countries, because you have studied economics and you have a big knowledge about that. Probably you have future plans for the United States of Khorasan, as you have already explained about. Did they already show any interest to come and work along with the United States of Khorasan already?
Yes, during Karzai regime and Ashraf Ghani Ahmadzai regime, there were a lot of investors. Unfortunately, those investors running, the system based on patrimonial system. Patrimonial system is the worst system in an economy, so that you can exploit all the economy aspects. It's like a chronism. So there's a book, if you have time, you can read that book, Why Nation Fails. And they explain, there are two professors from Harvard University. That book is one of the bestseller book in the history of New York Times and Forbes. They are the core books and the core book reading in universities and institutions and think tanks. So these two professors, the legends, they explain why the nation fell. When the nation fell because of chronism, and because of when the power has been squeezed and controlled by family, and that's why the nation not only fell, scatter, and also suffer. Exactly, it happened in Khorasan. The economic power has been squeezed and controlled by three people: Ashraf Ghani, Ahmadzai Fazli, and Muhib. So the code, 92, 93, 94 codes, the bank codes, has been also, handed to these criminals. And that's why I think that transaction was more than 270 million has happened in 2022. In addition to this, I think 170 million has been purchased stock market based on digital currency. I think it's Bitcoins they purchased. And they exploit, tangibly and intangibly, So they know how they exploit the power, and they know how to transact our money, based on illegal and based on illegal frameworks. And they have expertise. And also there was a guy who claimed that he studied economy in Harvard. So imagine that they have those, trick and this magic and this experience to exploit. And that they proved in the past of 21 years. They came here to rob us, and also they to do a lot of, false statements, and to made a lot of misery to our economy, unfortunately. That's why, the Taliban came to power, because of corruption and because of exploitations. But we have a divergent, approach and a strategy. Our strategy is based on, as I said, algorithm, and also based on free market strategy and framework. So that's completely new. And also, we most comprehensively focusing on new economy. New economy is a golden opportunity for our young generations. So that's why we focus on this field. And we have a lot of innovations, and we have a lot of partners. Yes, also Australia had investment, I think 18 billions, but that was not legal. Illegal investment in our precious stones mines. Having said that, United States of America and also many other countries, but that is called gray millionaires or billionaires. You can see them, and they are not listed. They don't have a public list companies, so their tax is so invisible and very, very, very. Yeah, they are living in a shadow. That's called shadow billionaires or millionaires. So that's why they don't pay tax. That was exemption of tax, not based on our legal system, but this based on that's called cronism, and based on Ashraf Ghani Ahmadzai reign and regime. So we have a lot of investments based on Washington Post, based on in Financial Times, based on many other blue chip company investors. And a lot of countries, they have inclination to invest in our country, because our country, from economic point of view, is a virgin, is a completely virgin country. So no one touch it. There was an article, and the article says in Washington Post that there are trillion, we have million, we have billion, we have T capital, trillion, dollar has been inside Khorasan, but people are selling their livers, and they are selling their daughters, and they are selling their kids and kidneys. And that was really, really, a very embarrassing, news. But anyhow, and there was another, articles, and they said Khorasan is being managed by donkeys, and that was another misery, that Khorasan has a very, historical background. But Aragon brought a lot of shame and a lot of embarrassment for us. Yes, Tajikistan is also another investors. They are very, very interested in mining industry, as well in roads and canals. And Uzbekistan, they are very, very interested in terms of dry fruits, and also about carpet industry. And also Turkey mining again, and China mining, and about water. Here, Iran, they are very interested as well in so many aspects of our life. And Pakistan madly wants to invest. The Pakistan conflict, the Pakistan dispute is purely Durand line. So Durand line is a legitimate line belonging to Pakistani government and establishment. So that's why we wrote an official letter from United States of Khorasan, and we said this borderline is legitimate, and we recognize it, and there's no dispute between us and you. You need to come to Khorasan. Pakistani people, they can build, they can contribute, and they can invest, and they can do whatever they want to do based on education, and also about tourism, and as well as investment that could be tangible or intangible investment, and also about banking, because Pakistan banking sectors or banking industry is really good, as well as India is one of the most vibrant system they have, because their potential has been, their money has been, their capital has been basically invested on those areas. So we will attract these countries as well as India. We will give them commission, we will give them incentive, we will give them as well partnership plus, and we give them some sum and capitalizations, and we providing the opportunity, we train them, and we providing the peace, because our political system is Switzerland. We don't promote expansionism, militarism, and as well as NATO or America or Russia or any other superpower in our country. So we are neutral, basically. Our foreign policy will be based on impartiality. So that's why we are impartial, we are neutral, we are not interfering to any affairs, but all our neighbors we encourage to come to invest either in our education sectors or in banking sectors or in our tourism sectors and mining sectors or economic sector. That's why we know what we do, and we have a written and contextualized plan on these matters.
Cool. Thank you so much. It's a very interesting and beautiful session. In your previous meetings, press conferences, you have always criticized the Afghan tribe, and your awareness and programs of your team as well and your efforts have drawn a very clear picture to the world to know more the Afghan tribe. And now the world have understood that how ignorant and how illiterate they are, especially in omitting and removing the women's from the government structure. I would love to know, what is the most important aspect of national identity in your viewpoint? As well, if you could go very shortly about the identification cards that was made by the United States of Khorasan, the smart ID cards. How many have you distributed already, and how important identity is for you?
Yeah, I will answer you from the middle of your questions, which is a very interesting question indeed. Let me to tell you, there are three universal of identity. So it is basically a universal cause, fact and figures. So we have individual identity, we have universal, and we have social group identity. All these categories being promoted and also implemented inside Khorasan. There are 5 core elements of aspect of identity that's implemented and mirror in our constitution as well. The first, element of aspect of identity, the first is our sense of significance. So everyone, every individual, every citizen in Khorasan is important for us, regardless of their gender, their background, and their ethnicity, their language, their religions, and their way of thinking. So the more important sense of significance, everyone is significant for us. And sense of purpose, that's also we promote. And our personal qualities are very important. And also our values and respects. So sense of significance, the purpose, personal qualities, values, and respect are being served and will be prevailed. There's no way, no one can be marginalized or alienated from these values and standards. And also, the most important aspect of our national identity are foster a sense of unity and solidarity among citizens. That is one of our core value as well, to fostering a sense of unity and solidarity among citizens. We have started this movement and we are working on that. You know, our country is now fragmented, as Dr. Barney Rubin said, completely now dislocated, and now there is de facto partitions. Now Hazara proclaimed in their states, Auron always own a state that's called Pakhtunstan, and Tajiks as well, and Uzbek, they are striving to have their establishment. So that's why what we did, we united them under umbrella the United States of Khorasan, Federal Democratic and Exile. Also engender emotions such as pride and love for one's nation, and a feeling of obligation towards one and another citizen. So this is why we are engendering this notion, promoting social cohesion and collective actions. So we will bring unifications and also unity among our citizens. It is difficult, but we have to start the mechanism of this process. Harmony and unification also is a part of aspect our national unity, cultural and historical values. Every citizen in our country, they have their own journey of history, civilizations, language, and so on and so forth. For example, Nuristani people, they are very proud, ethnicity. So we encourage them to do what they want, or Baluch, or Pashay, or our Hindu, Christian, Jewish, Khorasani, they have their value, their history, their language, their background. We encourage them and we will bring them to society. So that's why we promote the multiculturalism and also the multi-faith and belief system inside Khorasan. And flag, national anthem, and national hero is one other aspect that also belonging to our history and our civilization and identity, and we respect and we preserve, and also we serve our ethnicity based on these values and standards. So these are crucially important and build state building. You cannot and will not build a state with rhetorical. The rhetorical process has been ended. People know we need pragmatism. Pragmatism will bring remedy to our pain and misery, so that we are well established, we are well on our way, and we are working around the clock. You know that, and you are part of this miraculous, monumental movement, and that we brought to the fore.
Is Afghans also part of this, or you're also deleting and omitting them like they are doing, killing the Tajiks, Uzbeks, Hazaras? Does the United States of Khorasan have any programs for the Afghan tribe as well, or they need to leave?
Basically, our system is a federal system. It's a canton system and a state system. We have 34 ethnicity inside Khorasan. Whoever believes and they respect our constitution and citizenship, of course, there's no discrimination, and there will not be any limitation for any ethnicity inside Khorasan. Yes, we have the same values and standards for Aurons, despite They criminalize our political, economical, social, and education system. They are historical crimes, criminals. They perpetuate crimes, they perpetuate genocide and ethnocide. Having said that, but we have, a government and to accommodate all ethnicity regardless who they are. Yeah, that's why we are not. We have an inclusive political setups. So Auron is part of this governance or government. We have 34 stars. That star represent all our all our ethnicity, and we also promote the ethnicity flag. For example, Tajik, they could hoist their own flag. Uzbek, they can hoist or raise their flags. Our ones, I don't know, they have few, I think 5 flags. I don't know which flags they are going to rise or hoist. I don't know. So that's why we need to promote, like America. Chicago has a flag and they have a national flag. They have a local or state flag. California, they have state flag and also they have national flag. And also Chicago is the same. Great Britain, when you come to England, they have, their England or English flag, which is let's say a Christ inside, and it's like the background's white and red. And also the Scotland, they have their state flag and they have nation, and Ireland as well, and Welsh. Germany, the same where you're living, and every state they have their own flag and also their own pride, history, glory and beauty. So exactly what we implemented, and we modeling many countries, we brought a lot of idea, we mangle them, and that's why we implement and to all our ethnicity without any tantalizations, without any discriminations and limitations.
Thank you so much. It was a really nice declaration and clarification. Before I go to my last question, I would kindly ask Nadia if she has something to present us in today's session.
Hello. And thank you for setting up this program for all of the English speaking to get a more and a better understanding and educate a little bit more about United States of Khorasan. My input that I have for today is, if you don't know who I am already, I am Nadia Khorasani, and I have the opportunity to talk about the foundation of United States of Khorasan and how we have got this far to be part of this amazing community. As many of you know, Khorasan, Afghanistan, has been at war for nearly 270 years with the Taliban. The Taliban had taken over the name Afghanistan as they think all nationalities that live there or that are living there currently are all Afghans, and that's not the case. We have our own identity and nationality, and we are proud to call ourselves a Khorasani. Back in the century before the war had even started, our beautiful country was called Khorasan. But then the Taliban had taken the name, and everyone just thinks Afghan is the right name and the right identity, and that is not correct. The meaning of Afghan means Algon, Pashto, Talib, and also means dog. We have had enough of people calling us the wrong nationality, so don't call us an Afghan national. We are USK, which stands for United States of Khorasan. The best news is that it's all over Europe, with our beautiful flag being promoted everywhere, from London, Switzerland, Germany, America, and all of Europe. that we use as we come together for our community, for United States of Khorasan. We do conferences around the world. As you know, we've just done our first amazing conference in Switzerland, and we are planning our next conference in Germany. We do daily meetings on social media, on TikTok, on YouTube. We also have United States of Khorasan International that we people go and listen to all the programs that are happening daily. And also we've had quite a lot of protests in the time to stand for our people and for our nation, and for people to get a more understanding of what United States of Khorasan is about. And before I just end, I just want to explain to the English, to anyone that obviously in English that doesn't know, I'm just going to explain about our United States of Khorasan flag and the colours and the meaning, and then I will pass you back over to my brothers there. So as you know, our flag is red, yellow, purple, and the colour red is a symbol of glory and redness, roaring and boiling. Stability is to protect and guard the homeland and borders. Yellow is a symbol of purity and benevolence. Purple, it is a sign of fighting and bravery, and fighting stubbornly against the enemy, and fighting for the freedom of the country land. Guarding in its integrity and glory continues. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nadia John. Yeah. Charlie?
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure to have you in today's session as well. I hope that we can hold a lot of meetings in the future. So, Abdul Ali Faik, it was my pleasure to have you in today's meeting as well. I question you the last one, and then we say goodbye to our foreign speakers, and we will continue enlightening people into Persian and Farsi. Sir Abdul Ali Faik, how do you envision the Khorasani?
One second, I think Mr. Changiz, he has maybe some input or some questions, or yeah, Mr. Changiz, go ahead.
Hello guys. Thank you for bringing me up. I just have a quick question about United Khorasan. If we want to establish United Khorasan, how we can convince the United Nations and the global community to support this idea, this concept? Thank you.
Okay. We basically, Mr. Changiz, established this country in 25th of May 2022. So we have 2 years longevity for this government, and it's a very vibrant and very mechanical government, and working properly and empirically. We basically wrote 6 pages, and we sent 6 pages to the United Nations for registration as a tangible official government, like any other tangible government across the world, like United Kingdom, like Germany, France, any other tangible and functional government. We haven't, received any response from them. But our government is in exile. Our government in exile means we are formulated and established our government outside the geographical of Khorasan, outside of territory of Khorasan, not inside. So we don't have a tangible government. We don't have a shadow government. We don't have a ramp state government, but we have an exile government, like Philippines, like Yugoslavia, and like Balkans, if you study them. And there are 27 other exile countries across the world. I can give you some examples. Of Somalia, we have Iran, we have Indonesia, we have Taiwan, and we have many other countries. They have government in exile, a system. So we basically don't need to get any affirmations or recognitions or any other connotations of United Nations, European government, and other officials, neighbor countries. So we get recognition for our citizens who are precisely living in exile outside of Khorasan. I gave our audience precise and accurate numbers. And how many people living outside of Khorasan since the regime of Karzai? It is 16 millions. From Dawood Khan, it goes double, and maybe from from Amanullah Khan, that will be a duple. So a lot of our people, unfortunately, expelled, and they are living in exile with a lot of misery, a lot of pain, and a lot of sense of belonging to Khorasan outside the Khorasan. So our recognition will come from our citizens, not United Nations. We have a sheer determination to go inside Khorasan, and that's why we have we have Khorasani warriors, and we have CIS, Secret Intelligence Service, that's Yaganahay Adafmand. So we have inside Khorasan, and we have Razmandagana Khorasan. Inside the Khorasan right now, we have affiliation with them, we have connection with them, and they are ready. Having said that, we have 37 million citizens inside Khorasan. They are suffering, they are ready to strike, they have passion to fight, they hate Taliban. According to the United Nations last report, 97% of our citizens, they say no to Himarat Afghani establishment. Only 3% they said yes. They are most conclusively Afghans, Apagan, Afghan, or Afghu. And that's why we don't respect that sense, that 3%, but 97% they reject this regime, this ruthless criminal regime. And we are very, very happy that people are standing with us. 97% is not, it is not as easy account. It is a massive, it is so titanic. And also the youth, the young generation, plus the women, they are with us, which constructed 75% of our community are from youth and women. So these also, these two genders with us, and God willing, and we will enter, and we will have legitimacy from our people, from our neighbor countries, because we have a very, very vibrant and neutral political Switzerland system. Everyone buy to this notion. Everyone buy this notion. Everyone belong to this system, and everyone enjoy the luxury and also the profit and the benefit of this system that we brought to the fore. Yes, Charlie, carry on.
All right. Thank you so much for your question, Changiz, and thank you, sir, for your
Amy John,
presentation.
sorry, Charlie. Amy John, you're welcome. Amy is one of the leading expertise in the field of political science and also international relations and arts. So if Amy have some input, you are mostly welcome as well. But anyhow, if she is ready and she can talk, let me to invite her to that.
I already did.
Okay, that's fine. Carry on now. Carry on. When she's ready, maybe she asks question, or maybe she.
I have another question, if it's possible.
Yes, 1 minute. I'll bring Amy as well too.
Mr. Abdul?
Yes, Mr. Changiz. Are you from Khorasan, Changiz, or from our neighbor country? Are you from Khorasan? Okay. Charlie, go ahead, sir. Charlie, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Amy John, I can hear you.
Go ahead. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much for this invitation. I greatly appreciate it. It is 8 a.m. in the morning here in California.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I just woke up. I'm so pleased to be here. This group, United States of Khorasan, which is for a good cause, for a humanitarian cause, to save our people and our population, the heritage and history of who we are as a group of human beings. Because at this time, there are so many misconceptions about who we are, our culture, our traditions. And unfortunately, whenever somebody mentions, or whenever I mention my ethnicity, which is Tajik or Eastern Iranian, so many people confuse me for somebody from Tajikistan or Iran, because people are so, they're under the impression that those identities do not belong to Khorasan. So I am pleased with the formation of this organization to clarify and to bring into focus who we are as a people. And as we are aware, Khorasan is a multi-ethnic and multilingual society. That's what makes us beautiful. That's what makes United States of Khorasan powerful, because of the diversity. Two minds work better than one. Two different cultures work better than one. That's where the power comes from. That's why the United States of America is powerful, because of the diversity. Nobody is telling somebody that everybody is an Irish American. We have the African American, we have the European Americans, we have Asian Americans, we have Native or Indigenous Americans, and people from other parts of the world. And everyone is being celebrated as who they are. Nobody is putting one label on everyone. Like everyone is an Irish American. That's crazy. But that's exactly what's happening in the nation of Khorasan today. Everybody is labeled as an Afghan or Afghan. And that misconception and mislabeling has gone to higher levels, like in the United Nations, when it comes to different countries. And there's a reason for that. We have to look back on our history and what happened, like during the establishment and creation of the nation of Afghanistan, from its original name, Khorasan. So there's a lot of clarifications to be made at every level. And of course, today, our neighbors, whom we share a similar history and heritage with, there are many individuals from those nations who are under the impression that everybody from Khorasan is an Afghan. So when we introduce ourselves as who we are, I, as a Tajik Iranian American, Khorasani, again, they are under the impression that I'm from Iran or I'm from the nation of Tajikistan. So yeah, there's a lot of clarification that needs to be made. And I wish more people can join the cause, because this is this is something dynamic that everybody, should be a part of. Unfortunately, so many people are misinformed about the United States of Khorasan because of politics, because of ignorance. So many people do not understand what's the main purpose of this, powerful establishment. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for joining. Please take a cup of coffee and relax yourself and enjoy the session. Sir Abdulali Faik, your mic is muted. If you unmuted, please. Changiz had the last question.
Okay, Amy, thank you so much for your beautiful contribution. It was a big surprise for you. Yeah, it's very early in California. I hope you enjoy the weather, the moment. Yeah, and get you a coffee. I think she doesn't drink coffee, Charlie. She drinks, I think, green tea, chai subs. I believe, yeah, chai subs.
That's what a real Khorasani do, right?
Yeah, chai subs. No coffee, brother. Khorasani only chai subs. Yeah, Changiz, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my question is if you guys are trying to establish Khorasan in Afghanistan, and how do you guys have a program how to kind of like promote unity among ethnicity? We have ethno-religious differences, like let's say among Hazaras, they're Shia, Sunni, Ismaili. They have to. There's interconnection, and also among Tajiks, you guys have Ismailis, you guys have Shia, Sunni. How we can connect people, like the Uzbeks with how to be united inside Afghanistan, because otherwise I think it's impossible if we continue as divided nation.
Yeah.
My question is basically what's your plan to create that unity inside Afghanistan? Because we have to also take into consideration that everyone is super religious. They don't think the same. They don't have the same mindset as me, like a Canadian, or you from. I think you're from London, UK. They don't view the world that way, right? So how we can create like love and unity, basically, so we can get to this future country, united Khorasan. Thank you.
Yeah, very good questions, Mr. Changiz. The system of governance and is a federal. So we have a federal system. And federal system, there are like people, as you said, we have process, we have purpose, and we have performance. So how we precisely architect and address these very sensitive matters as a religion, faith, mazhab, tribes, and also ethnicities. We have a diverse and fragmented society. There's a book from Dr. Barnard Rubin entitled of Khorasan is a Fragmented Society. All these issues has been addressed and scrutinized and studied comprehensively in the past of 21 years. So that's why we brought a very, very tangible solution and resolution for all these matters which a tribal or post-conflict countries are facing. Our constitutions, if you go to Khorasan International YouTube, so our constitution is there. It's about, we recorded, and a lady, she record these constitutions in 182 page. And just go there and listen to our constitutions. Our constitution is a civic constitutions, like any other modern countries across the world. You as Shia has a full legitimate right. I am as a Shia or Sunni or any other belief, as a Christian, as a Buddhism, as a Judaism, as a Hinduism, whatever religion and belief you have. In America, you are citizens. In Great Britain, you are citizens. They don't ask you why you practicing such certain belief. They don't care. Indeed, what they care to respect and preserve the citizenship that we precisely focus on. Yes, in our constitution, we said that people of Khorasan, overwhelming majority, they are Muslims, but all religion being respected respectively. There is no any discrimination between Muslims and non-Muslims, believers, non-believers. We have a great deal of diverse non-believers. Let me to produce some classical example. Bahaudri, I don't know, Jamshidi, I don't know, Mazdaki, I don't know, Budai, and also, we call them Zardoshti, and also atheist, non-believers. They are now living across the world. They are pure Khorasani citizens. They're proud to be so. We don't really underestimate and prejudge their belief. They say, oh, if you are atheist, you have no place, like Afghans, like Taliban. They exactly discriminate and marginalize people based on their gender, our women. Their voice is haram and fitna. So no, we basically decline and dislocate and also deconstruct all these premises and prehistorical notion or traditional premises. We deconstruct it and we problematize it, and also we reshuffle a new system which is called a civic constitution that can address our people, our belief system, our faith, and our diversity, and our multiculturalism and multi-faith. So that is preserved, and that's basically protected by the constitution. You are allowed with any sort of belief, you can practice it inside Khorasan, and also we have the power to protect you. Like in Canada, imagine Canada is a multicultural society like Great Britain and Switzerland, like Australia, New Zealand, United States, land of legends and land of bravery. And also, Khorasan was in Middle Age. I'm expertise in history, and also in Krosh and Akhamanishian, epoch. You see, the multiculturalism has descended, has transacted, has transformed from our places to other place. Let me to give you another example of Maulana and Shams Tabrizi. They basically, their job was to promote multiculturalism. Let you to give you a lot of examples that our people, they live shoulder to shoulder with Christian, with Buddha, with people from Buddha background, with Hindus, with many other religion and ethnicity, without any tantalization, without any conflict, and without any issues. The problem has been created when the Auran came to Khorasan in 1747 with Ahmad Khan Multani. He came to Khorasan, and also he colonized and exploit our power, our positions, and our economic system. And that's why they promote jingoism and tribalism and Afghanism. And they start from 19th century. One of the most criminal person in our histories, Amir Abdurrahman Khan, he is the godfather of criminals. So he perpetuate crime, and he basically perpetuate genocide. He genocide Hazara and more than 63, according to our national hero Mazari, and he said 63% of our people has been killed by Amir Abdurrahman Khan. And I have another resources, 67. That's impartial, and it's authentic resources. And imagine, and Khanadan Al Yahya, and they basically killed 36% of Tajiks. Amanullah Khan under Mangali, army, 650 Tajiks women has been transferred from Shamali and to Lahore Hokar house and prostitution house. And that Amanullah said, Malash as tu, Janash as ma. their goods and their furniture is for you, and their hates is for me. So that was the motto has been promoted by Amanullah Khan. And also an era of Mullah Omar. Mullah Omar did perpetuate crimes as a genocide and ethnocide and Mazar Sharif, both for Hazara community, for Uzbek community, and for Tajik community. They butchered them respectively and simultaneously. I can say thousand and thousand. Recently, Hibbatullah, another criminal attack, he also killed more than 100,000 Hazara, Uzbek, and most conclusively Tajiks. Panjshir has been tantalized and brutalized by Afghans, Andara, and central of Khorasan, Bamiyan. Now Bamiyan ladies, because they are Shia. Shia is a traditional enemy for Afghans. It's not because they are Shia, because they are intelligent. They are sober, smart, educated. They have civilization. They belonging to Persian society. And that's why they have been suffocated right now, because they are Shia. A lot of women has been raped. A lot of women has been killed. They have a little compromise for Tajik, because Tajik most comprehensively they are not Shia. They are Sunni, and that's why really, the situation is worse for our brothers and sisters Hazara and Central Hazara and Daikundi and many other places. That's why the United States of Khorasan protect, and we have protest, and we also raise their voices, because we protect all citizens inside our country regardless. And also we fighting the Aymak, we fighting the Uzbek, we fighting the Nuristani, and we fighting for the Jewish community and Christian community, because their land has been taken by Afghans. Ghor was full of Christian. Herat was full of Christian. Now in Iran, we have churches. Right now in Iran, we have churches. And we have, Christian, and they practice their religion because they are Khorasani. They're born and brought up in that land. That's not their fault. Their parents, their ancestor came from Sasani and Samani, dynasty. So that is why Afghan, they expelled it based on religion. And they said, you're Christian, you need to go to your Christian country. You're Jewish, go to Israel, whoever. And Hindu, Hindu expelled. They went to India. From India, they are in Canada. And there was a set of uniform or attire prescribed for them. You're Hindu, you need to wear this set of uniform. That was a pure discrimination, never happened even in Somalia. So that all crime perpetuated by what ethnicity that's called Afghan or Aughu or Pashtun or Pakhtun or Pakhtana or Paktiko or whatever you call them or they call themselves. But our constitution solved all these major or macro or micro basically problems in a very modern and contemporary fashion. And there is no doubt, and we preserve and we prevail and we protect these constitution, these rights, value, and standards. Yes, Charlie.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a very pleasing session and conference with everybody. I wholeheartedly appreciate everyone's participation here, and I would love to end my session for today. Thank you very much for your time. And I pose my question, then I say goodbye here, and I will join you with the continuous of Farsi debate with other colleagues in YouTube. Okay. Sir, how do you see the vision of the Khorasani nation's future in 5 or another 10 years from now?
Yes, we said it times and times again. Our goal is very clear. Our mission is very, charted and our vision has been cleared as well. So in 25 years, we need to be like Dubai. So this is the model of Dubai. In 5 years, we need to be in a level of Tajikistan. In 10 years, we must be in level of Uzbekistan, 15 years in Turkey, 20 years in Singapore, and 25 years, and we will be Dubai and Southeast or in heart of Asia as a nation, as a vibrant nation. So that's our vision. We have a very, very strong, clear vision that we casted 2 years ago. So that's our strategic vision, and we will implement it. And we believe what we say because we say what we believe.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time and for the opportunity that you have provided us, all Khorasanis. We have really enjoyed the session. I wish to see you guys. And thank you very much for the participants and for the questions raised here. Have a beautiful day. And
thank you so much. Sorry, I just have one question. When are you doing like English speaking regularly, or is it something that we need to work on?
Charlie will lead, the team, and Charlie will have a regular, session and like a seminars and Clubhouse as well as and Twitter. So Twitter and Clubhouse will be in English language. So yeah, we will follow Mr. Charlie. So he is responsible and accountable for our Clubhouse and Twitter as well.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. دوستان گرامی، سپاس، واقعا خیلی لذت بخش بود برای من. سپاس از سماجتتان و از اشتراک در این برنامه. و باور خراسانی عزیز، ممنون از این که وقت برای ما دادن. باور خراسانی یکی از فعالین حقوق بشری است و در مایکروسافت کار میکنه. بچه بسیار لایق، چند زبان میفهمه و چون باید کار بروه. دیگه دوستایی که اینجا تشریف آوردین، زبیر عزیز ممنون، آجی صاحب ممنون، رویای گرامی ممنون، شاهین عزیز ممنون، امی گرامی ممنون، چنگیز گرامی خیلی ممنون و همچنان نادی عزیز و آریان خیلی بزرگوار و دوست داشتنی. دوستانی که اگر پرسش در مورد ایالات متحده خراسان حکومت دموکراتیک در تبعید دارن، بسیار کوتاه لطف فرموده پرسش خود مطرح بسازن به زبان پارسی یا به زبان انگلیسی. ما در خدمت هستیم و بعد از او وقت ما کم است، اینجا را باید ترک بکنیم. و همچنان که از دوستا ما یک چی داریم، ببخشین، در خود یوتیوب ما هم که از خراسان انترنشنال زنده هستیم. اگر میتوانین بیاین در یوتیوب هم بیاین. ایالات خراسان عزیز، اگر چی را داری، کلاب هاوس داری، میتونید در کلاب هاوس برید. سوالا را آغاز میکنیم. فکر میکنیم که آجی گرامی خیلی شما بفرمایید، بعد از او نمیفهم شاهین عزیز است اگر سوال داشته باشن یا نه گپ نیست. آجی صاحب بفرمایید شما خیلی.
سلام جناب فایق عزیز، دوستان امیدوارم سلامت باشین، والدینتان سلامت‌دار و امیدوارم مزید برنامه همچنان در تیک تاک دارین، در اکس دارین، در کلاب هاوس هم داشته باشن. چون کلاب هاوس نه اینکه من بگم نه تعریف کنم چیز پرایوت شخصی من باشه، ولی که دوستانی هستن سرشون به تنشان میارزن. از اونجایی که افغانستان هم مردمان سرسلح شد و خواستار همچون حرکت ها هستن. بنابراین مباحث خوبی بود، من چند دقیقه شنیدم و بسیار آموختم. ولی که یک بخش است که ما یک بحث میدانی داریم، یک بحث عملی داریم. خب اگر ما بحثای میدانی داشته باشیم در سطح کلاب هاوس، میدیا، رسانه ها، این درست است. ولی که اگر ما به خاطر جغرافیا، به خاطر اهداف مقدس بزرگتر دیدگیم، طبیعتاً برای ما میدان چلای پرگماتیستر، عملی‌تر است، کاربردتر است و ما میتونیم در اون تخت بگیریم. بنان یکی خوب از اینکه شما این زحمات به خود قبل شده و روش داره. بنان فرصت کمک شما خود سکچنه.
بله ببخشید.
آخش بود. و چند ویدیوهای دیدم و شمال شما دوستان در بفکرم سنت کلان سرس بودن، یک چیزی برای من فرستاده بودن، زحمت متقبل شدن و راه اندازی کردن. این بسیار خوب است. یک بسیار مشکل این است که یک تعدادی کسی از مردم ما در دیار خراسان اینا کسایی هستند که با می نام با می خواستم مخالفت صلحی این طبیعی هستند، ولی که مهم است که این من نمیدونم که ایالات متحده خراسان در کدام جغرافی و در کدام محدوده و منیفست اما منشور شما در نظر گرفتین چی است؟ آیا این تنها برای ما که خود تاجیک میگیم من تاجیک هستم بشیم، این تنها برای ما کسای دیگه فقط دارن در کشور باشن؟ این مباحث است. من فقط در صورت عملی تر میخوایم بحث چقدر واقعیت به نزدیک شدن به عملی شدن به اجرای شدن هست، نه اینکه ما همیشه در حد رسانه یک شعار یک صدا باشیم. ما میخوایم که این کارها در میدان در زمین باشه. در این نقطه ما میخوایم دوستان بدون از اینکه ما کدام تعریف داشته باشیم کدام خودزنی داشته باشیم، من در قسمت میخوایم صحبت داشته باشیم. درست است، مثلا برادرای هزارستان میخوان تاجیک اقتدار خراسان اقتدار افغانستان میخوان. مشکل این است که این قسمت چقدر عملی تر است، چقدر دور از تصورات میتونه باشه. همین میتونم که دوستان کاملا روش صحبت کنم. جناب دلنجان در مورد بیشتر مباحث خودآگاهی داشتن، چون برای من مباحث دین و خدا و این مباحث تصوفیش افتاده است. چون من خودم یک مسلمان هستم، آدم دوباره هستم، نمیتونم روش بپیچم. فقط همین حرفایی که شما زدین از درون از این لابلای میگم جنبه عملیشن. اگر دوستایی که اصلا خاصای همچو حرکت چقدر با شما همسو، همگام، هم نظر، هم فکر، هم ایده تا کدام قسمت است، یا در حد رسانه است یا در حد این است که بخواهیم به خاطر هویتشان بجنگن، بره از من به دست بیارن. همینا رو میخواستم بپردازید، بعدا انشاءالله صحبت بشه.
شما معلوم میشه. ممنون از پرسشتان، خیلی پرسش جانانه و مجاگیر و همه جانبه. شما فکر میکنید درباره ایالات متحده خراسان از یک صفر هم قرضدار است، یعنی هیچ معلومات ندارن. حق شماست این پرسش را بکنین. دو کار باید شما انجام بدین. یکی این که لطفاً در یوتیوب خراسان اینترنشنال تقریبا بیش از 1000 نوار ما بارگذاری کردیم پیرامون دولت ما، پیرامون مثلا ساختارهای اقتصادیش و ساختارهای البته نظامیش، ساختارهای اطلاعاتیش و ساختارهای آموزشی و ساختارهای اقتصادیش. آخرین کنفرانس ما داشتیم 2 هفته پیش در سوئیس بود و در یکی از معتبرترین تینک تانک های سوئیسی بود که تیم ما از سراسر گیتی لابیگرای ما آمده بودن و همچنان که از مردم سوئیس و نهادهای خراسانی که در سوئیس بود اشتراک کرده بودن. در یوتیوب ما را بارگذاری کردیم. اگر واتساپ تا بفرستی ما منشورم برای شما میفرستیم. قانون اساسی ایالات متحده خراسان حکومت در تبیدم برای شما میفرستیم. یگانه های هدفمند ما که از بخش استخبارات ما میفرستیم، رزمندگان خراسان ما که فعلا در داخل خراسان هستند که از اونا را میفرستیم. از ما کار گپ نیست. ما از او تاجیکایی که فقط لفاظی بکنن نیستن. من مذهب عملگرایی است و این را ما همیشه تکستوالایز کردیم و ورق آوردیم و در مدار ساعت که از بالایش کار میکنیم. هر روز پیرامونی کار میکنیم. سمینارهای آنلاین داریم، کنفرانس های آنلاین داریم و همچنان برنامه‌های ورکشاپ داریم. از طریق زوم ترینینگ هایی داریم و از طریق عملی. گفتم 2 هفته پیش ما رفتیم، مردم افتو گپای شما در تیک تاک است، بیگو است، نمیفهم یوتیوب است، آنلاین است، مجازی است. ما کنفرانس ما در سوئیس بود. کنفرانس بعدی ما بزرگترین کنفرانس در تاریخ خراسان در آلمان است که سر و کار داره تیم ما به شکل جدی. انشالله شما هم دعوت است، اگر توانایی آمدن نداشته باشین بیاین. در یکی از ایالات های آلمان است، هامبورگ، یعنی اکثریت مطلق تیم ما که ما هفته گذشته در زوم نشست داشتیم و گفتن که هامبورگ نظر به مثلا مرکز و بودباش بیشتر خراسانی و سهولت و پروازهایی که مردم از سراسر گیتی میان مثل که در سوئیس آمده بودن و چیزهای دیگر. اونجا ما البته 6 وزیر یا نامزد وزیر داریم. چارلی که باور خراسانی از بلخ است نامزد وزیر ماست و بخش ارتباطات که از مسئول است و همچنان بخش اقتصاد ما که از جمشید است از دانشگاه امریکا که ماستری گرفته، اونا حضور پیدا میکنن و همچنان که از بخشای نظامی ما از طریق زوم از داخل خراسان آنلاین خواهد شد و بخش داخلی ما و همچنان که از بخشای آموزش پرورش ما و 6 نامزد وزیر که مسئولین ما هستند که فعلا کار دارن در اونجا بشه پنلیست حضور پیدا میکنن با کتابچه های کاریشان که چی چیزی را ما داخل خراسان تطبیق میکنیم. تمام تمرکز ما بالای داخل شدن به خراسان است. البته ساختن مایندست و دماغ سازی و ذهنیت سازی در داخل است. ما 37 میلیون خراسانی در داخل داریم، نیاز نداریم. از ما 4 از فامیل 3 از فامیل همراه ما 4 در خراسان است. 8 خواهر برادرم در بیرون است. 8 خواهر برادرم در خراسان است. از ما که از قبرستانای ما هم که از لندن نبردیم، قبرستانای ما در خراسان است. توتا و درختای ما که از کلش در خراسان است. خانه ما در خراسان است. کاکا و ماما و ما و خاله و زندگی ما در خراسان است. این 2 سالی که افغان یا 3 سالی که افغان آمده، این به این نیست که همه چیز اینا بلغیدن و همه چیز میبلغن. افغان بار 4م است که میه، منگلیا 2 بار آمدن و همچنان که از بار 3 هم این بار 4مشان است و همین گونه که به شکل فجع که در دهنشان خوردن. پس گجرات کوهای سلیمان و همچنان که از اسرائیل رفتن. ببین جنگ کرفر داره دوستای عزیز. در جنگ اگر به این پندار باشن که ما از نگاه جنگ باختیم، این اشتباه هست. ما از نگاه سیاسی باختیم. زمان ایالات کلکانی ما که از داخل کلکین داخل شدیم، از در ما را بیرون کردن با قرآنشان. همین گونه زمان احمد شاه مسعود که از آمدن قدرت زبان مارشال فهم قدرت تصاحب کردن، ما نادانی سیاسی داشتیم. بیایم که از به پی ببریم. این نادانی سیاسی را اکنون ما ترمیم کردیم و تمام سازبرگ دولت که از ما ساختیم. به این دلیل هم هست دیگه ما نیاز نداریم وقتی که ما داخل خراسان میشویم، نیاز دیگه نداریم برای اینکه کی خفه میشه کی خوش میشه و اگر افغان باشه اگر افغان نباشه. ما سیستم فدرالی ساختیم، همه در اونجا حضور دارند. 34 ایالات و 34 تبار با 34 نگرش با 34 بیرق با 34 سرود زیر پرچم کاویانی، زیر سرود ملی خراسان و زیر قوانین حکومت فدرال که مرکزش کابل است، زیر اون و تمام قدرت اقتدار و دولت به شکل مساویانه به تمام تبارهای خراسان که از تقسیم میشه بدون تبعیض نژادی، زبانی، عرقی، فرهنگی، هویتی و همچنان که از دینی، مذهبی، قشری. مطلقاً این در قانون اساسی ما که است نوشته شده. دوستای که علاقه‌مند قانون اساسی هستند شماره تلفن مرا که است بنویسن. من برایتان شماره تلفن مرا که است میگویم، یا اکا 0044 دوستای عزیز، من شماره تلفن ما برای شما میگویم و شما برای من کس واتساپ تان بفرستین. ما تمام معلوماتی که برای شما میگوییم به زبان پارسی یا انگلیسی، نوارها، فرتورها، درفش کاویانه، شناسنامه ما را، قانون اساسی ما را، همچنان یگانه هدفمند ما را و رزمندگان ما را، همه را برای شما کس میفرستیم.
اگر میخواهید که همین درست کمک نقلتر باشه، پرگماتیک باشه، این مباحث خود دیگه بسیار خوب است. من مشنم از درکشیم شما در خراسان دست کنید باشم. من دارم کسی نزدیکتر است بهتر است، ولی که مقصد این است که من اگر با جناب دکتر بگرام شماره تماس داری.
ما امروز در تماسم دوست عزیز. ما امیر برایتون گفتم شما در خلای معلومات قرار دارین چون برنامه ما خیلی کس محدود است. نه دوست عزیز برنامه خیلی محدود است. ما برای شما گفتم باید خداحافظی بکنیم. من صادقانه باید بگم چون 2 ساعت بود از 2 ساعت مودول کرده. احتراما برای شما که از شماره مرا بگیرین من برای شما معلومات بفرستم. فکر میکنم دلم که از بس داره و شاهینم بس داره. خیلی ما بس ما طولانی بشه. برای شما تعهد میسپاریم. بعد دیگه هم که از میاییم و میتونی که از حساب تبصره داشته باشی، پرسش داشته باشی. چون من اینجا رو باید ترک بکنم. دیگه برنامه داریم ساعت 6 بجه دیگه برنامه داریم، ساعت 8 بجه دیگه برنامه داریم در یوتیوب و در تیک تاک. برنامه بله یکی از بانوای از کانادا برنامه رو پیش ما بانوی روز و ساعت 6 بجه هم که از برنامه زومی داریم. ببخشید خیلی وقت ما کم است. ممنون. دل عزیز اگر شما پرسش داشته باشین بفرمایید یا تبصره بسیار کوتاه لطفا.
تشکر جناب فایق و بقیه دوستان. ما بسیار کوتاه.
ممنون.
یک سوال دارم. ما از هر فعالیتی که منجر به پایان فاشیسم افغانی در افغانستان شود حمایت میکنم، به خاطر که یا قطره دریا میشه و پیری فرسوده و متعفن را از جامعه ما گم میکنه. ما یک سوال داشتم جناب فایق و ایر از دیگران سوال کنم که خواهانی تغییرات در افغانستان. جناب فایق شما در ایالات متحده خراسان نقشه از افغانستان ترتیب داده اید که در اون نقشه
تمامی مناطق اشغال شده از زمان عبدالرحمن خان یا قبل از او تا به امروز مناطق شناسایی شده باشه، کدگذاری شده باشه و تاریخ اشغال از او ثبت شده باشه. اگر چنین نشده، ما یک از خواهشای میگه که باید این کار صورت بگیره. تمامی مناطق که اشغال شده و امروز هم اشغال میشه به شناسایی شده و ساکنینی که به عنوان اشغالگر در مناطق آمده باید اونا ماهانه، سالانه، هفته‌وار باید اخطاریه دریافت کنه که منطقه شما نیست و اینجا شما متجاوزانه زندگی میکنید. این امیر میخواستم از شما پرسان کنم و توضیحات دریافت کنم. اگر نشده امیدوارم این نشر چاپ شود و نشر شود و تکثیر شود.
بله دل عزیز، مسئله نقشه ها را من قبل از اینکه در نقشه ها بپردازم، در قانون اساسی ما آن قدر ظرافتکاری شده 3 دکتر، یکی پسا دکتر، 1000 دکتر و 2 تاجیک دکتر و یکیش پسا دکتر، یعنی پست دکتری داره. این قانون اساسی را بیش از 1 سال با ثبت آوازش گرفته، 1 سال. و خود قانون اساسی ما بومی هست، نقطه به نقطه. ما یعنی این نیست که از یک کشور گرفته باشه مو را استنساخ کرده باشه. این گونه صادقانه نیست. بغلای شما در قانون اساسی ما که از سپید شد و قانون اساسی ما را باید یک بار بخوانیم که تا ظرافت هایش درک بکنین و بعد از او که از برای نسلتان افتخار میکنیم. بله ما از زمان داخل شدن اوغان ها را یا افاقنه را یا اوغو را از 47 تحت مداکم و کنکاش قرار دادیم که کی در کجا کدام نوع زمین ها را اینا که از مصادره کرده انج به انج. و در قانون اساسی ما به زبان پارسی صریح گفتیم هر نوع زمین یا پلوان یا جای یا جایداد یا intellectual property، ملکیت شخصی، ملکیت تباری، ملکیت همسایه ها، ملکیت این ما بین قوس که از گرفته شده باشه، غصب شده باشه توسط هر قوم که باید مصادره شد و پس داده شد و مسترد شود. بله در قانون اساسی را صریح کردیم. او را این قانون اساسی که باشه با شما میتونید که از با میلی تفنگ را تطبیق بکنید. کاری که واشنگتن دی سی کرد، کارش واشنگتن کرد، کاری که از مثلا دینجک انی پاول در بریتانیا کرد و کاری که از آلمان ها کردن و کاری که دنیا کرده. شما قانون اساسی دارید، مطابق قانون اساسی که از شما او را انجام میدیم. بله نقطه به نقطه که جاهایی را که اوغو آمده، مثلا ما برای شما شمالی بزرگ میگن صافی ها چی میکنند اینجا آمده؟ صافی ها مهاجر هستند. مثلا در خود بلخ چقدر مهاجرت ها و ناقلین که صورت گرفته، قطعا زمین ناقلین که زمان آمانلا که است دقیقا که است اینا اونجا پنپوینت شدن و باید از این زمین های مردم قطعا چه از ازبک ها است، چه از تاجیک ها است، چه از هزارها، چه از ایماق ها است. ایماق ها زمینشان چی؟ هویتشان که است لیش شده. نورستانی ها زمینشان مصادره و هویتشان لیش شده و مدغمکاری یا اسیمیلیشن از بالا به پایان که است یک پدیده بسیار شوم و به فرهنگی که افغانای کار انجام دادن. برای شما دل عزیز اطمینان میتیم که هیچ کس در تاریخ خراسان نامده بالای این ظرافت‌های تاریخی و هویتی غور کرده باشه. ولی تیم ما که متشکل از ازبک ها بوده، مثلا خود بکتاش اکتم که بالای دکترایش کار میکنه در دانشگاه انقره و دیگر فعلا که از اکثریت اعضای ما را هزارها تشکیل میدن، هزارهای بسیار با دانش با فرهنگ. و بعد از این برنامه زوم داره، من استرالیا با یک مجموعه از هزارها صحبت دارم، دکتر صاحب نعمتی و اینا هستن و همچنان بانو روز که از ساعت 8 برنامه برای روشنگری داره که یک بانوی هزار است از کانادا. و همچنان که از قانون اساسی ما را سهم هزارها بوده و در خود قانون اساسی ما که سهم هزارها است و همچنان در واحدهای پولی ما با وجود که ما عکسای مثلا شاهنامه فردوسی بزرگ آوردیم، مولانای بزرگ آوردیم و همچنان که از احمد شاه مسعود که از آوردیم و از شهید مزاری هم به حیث یک شخصیت مطرح در خراسان آوردیم و همچنان ازبکاره. زبان ازبکی در شناسنامه‌های ما اضافه شده، جمع زبان پارسی و زبان انگلیسی همچنان از شخصیت‌های تاریخی ازبک ها در نظام فدرال که از اضافه شده. ما حس تعلق داریم. حس تعلق به لفظی نمیشه. بگویم هزارها بیرار ما هستند، بچه آته ما هستند، زبان مشترک داریم. اینها همش لفظی تاریخی است که کرزی کرد، غنی کرد، قبل از او کرد و قبل از او کرد. هیچ ما وحدت مبنی بر حس تعلق نداشتیم. نه، ما میگیم حق هزاره باید در قانون اساسی دیده شود، حق ازبکا دیده شود، حق ایماقا دیده شود، حق نورستانی ها، حق مسیحی های خراسانی، یهودهای خراسانی، هندوهای خراسانی، سکه های خراسانی، بیدین های خراسانی، جمشیدی های خراسانی، زردشتی های خراسانی و دیگر تبارا باید دیده شود و همه اینا رو ما که از تکستوالایز کردیم با متن در قانون اساسی آوردیم. بها پرداز بوده؟ بله. ما در حقیقت یک شالوده شکنی، یک سنت شکنی و یک هویت شکنی بسیار خطرناک انجام دادیم که هیچ کسی ریسک نمیگیره. فقط مردم آمد یک خد آب مونده تیر شد. ما اون کار نکردیم. 2 سال 3 ماه در مدار ساعت با یک تیم چیره دست متخصص دانشگاهی که از معتبرترین دانشگاه های دنیا فارغ‌تر. اینمی نکونه که شما میبینید با ما کسایی هستند که تا مرحله پی اچ دی درس خونده. اینمی که صحبت هم کردن یا پی اچ دی دارن یا حداقل ماستری دارن. صادقانه برای آدم‌ها یادی اینجوری است گپ زده باشه و گپ بزنن برون و همشون مسئولیت داشتن در طول 2 سال و همشون که از بحث‌های داشتن، برنامه داشتن. خود اینمی باور خراسانی پیشتر به زبان انگلیسی کار میکنه، در سوئیس آمد، اونجا صحبت کرد در سمپوزیوم یا در پودیم یا سر استیج و در مورد نظام فدرال دفاع کرد و همچنان که بخش خارجی ما را پیش میبره. پس به این معنی اون نقاط را دل شما گفتین با صمیم قلب، از اعماق قلب، با تمام ظرافتایش نوشته شده و ان شاء الله تطبیق 100% میشه. ما به هر آن چیزی که میگوییم ایمان داریم و به هر آن چیزی که ایمان داریم میگوییم. ما لفاظ نیستیم، آدمای پرموچ پریشان پرت نیستیم، آدمای بیایم اینجا که از نامکشی بکنیم مثل دیگران. ما نهاد نساختیم مردم، ما حزب نساختیم مردم، ما جریان نساختیم مردم. گوشتان باز باشه. ما ایالات متحده فدرال حکومت دموکراتیک در تبعید ساختیم، ما حکومت ساختیم. درفش ما درفش قوت، زبان ما زبان مادری زبان پارسی است، ولی هر جایی که مثلا اکثریت اقوام زندگی میکنن مثل اوغان نواری، اوغان در جنوب زندگی میکنن، زبان دفتری پارسی است، زبان بومی منطقویش که از اوغانی است. ازبک های ما که در مناطق شمال زندگی میکنن زبان پارسی از زبان دفترداری، زبان مادر زبان عمومی مثل انگلیس واره، ولی زبانی که اونجا اکثریت که اگر ازبکی در اون منطقه یا استان یا ایالات صحبت میشود اونجا که از زبان ازبکی است. ما با تمام اقوامی که در خراسان حرمت میگذاریم. دولت فدرال بودجه بسیار کلان و فربه انتخاب کرده. اون بودجه را من و تیم ما ستاپ کردیم برای رشد زبان ها، رشد گوش ها و رشد فرهنگ ها. ما میخوایم فرهنگ ایماق و فرهنگ مثلا خود نورستانی ها و پشه‌ای که مدغم شدن، اینا را از دهن اژدها افغانیسم بکشیم و فرهنگشان گسترش بدیم. کار را که فعلا در سوئیس کرده روان هستند، کار را که در بریتانیا به نام مالتی کالچوریسم یا تعهد اندیشه ها، تعهد هویت ها کار اونا کردن، در استرالیا، نیوزلند، امریکا کار میکنن. عیناً داخل خراسان ما در قانونهای اساسی افاقی نه، در قانونهای اساسی گذشته ها نوشته بود که خراسان متشکل از این تبارا هستن، ولی یک تبار به نام اوغان فقط رشد داد. اگر مثلا سفیر بود از اوغان مامزایی روان میشد، اگر بورسیه بود برای افغان که از یک قوم داده میشد، اگر عسکری که از افغان معاف بود، اگر کوچیگری بود مالیات نپرداختن بود افغان بود، اگر امتیازگیری مثل انومینه که از شهر مانند دبی برای یک تباری که تمدنگریز و کتابسوز به او داده میشد و همین گونه که از امتیازات مثلا رهایشی وزیر اکبرخان برای افغان، وزیر اکبرخان یک قاتل عمومی به چگونه یادم میآید مثلا که از حکومت جای تصاحب میکنن، تمام امتیازات تباری برای یک تبار افغان داده شد. ما اینمی را که دیورسیفای کردیم، یعنی ما ایره چند قطبی ساختیم و ایالاتی ساختیم و فدرال ساختیم که هر منطقه خودش باید از خودش باشه. مناطق هزارها به این پندار هستند که تاریخ دارن، بگذار تاریخشان برچسته شود. ازبک ها که زبان پارسی را 600 سال کمک کردن ترک ها و بردندش به بنگالا و تمام اکثریت مناطق قفقاز و هند، بگذار که از فرهنگ سالاری بکنن. ایماقی که امروز به گفته خودش دیگه هویت نداره، افغان شده یا تاجیک شده یا ازبک شده یا هزاره شده، بگذار دیگه ایماق باشه. اون نورستانی که مثلا که از 8000 سال قدامت داره، اون باید از فرهنگش که از پس برجسته شود. اگر ما واقعا بخوایم که از مسئله مالتی کلچرزم، تعدد افکار و اندیشه را کرد، اگر ما بیایم دروغ بگیم مثل اسلاف ما، بیایم که از قانون اساسی دروغ امریکا را بیایم تطبیق بکنیم، او ولا بگویم ما وحدت ملی داریم، او ولا بگویم که ما برادر، هیچ گاهی ما وحدت ملی نداشتیم، هیچ گاهی ما برادر نبودیم، هیچ گاهی که از ما هم بسته نبودیم. ما شالا ما داله های شناور بودیم، ما فرقه های بسا پراگنده بودیم و در هر جا شنا میکردم. هیچ کسی ما را نتوانست به یک وحدت واقعی که با تکس و با متنی باشه وجود نداشت. همه شفوی بود. مگم برادر میشه به ناموس برادر تجاوز بکنه؟ در زمان غنی که از بالای تمام مثلا وطندارای ما که از امروز که از تجاوز نمیشد، فرهنگ ما حذف نمیشد، مسئله که از پانتون اینا حل نشد، مسئله که از افغانیت در شناسنامه و گذرنامه اضافه نشد، همش تبارگماری بود نبود، همش جینگویزم بود نبود، همش که از وطن فروشی بود نبود، همش که از تبارگرایی بود نبود. اینا را ما همیشه در نظام فدرال ایالات متحده خراسان هم به زور قلم هم به زور تفنگ از عملی ساختیم. هر کسی که از قانون اطاعت میکنه ما که از برش ارچ میگذم، اگر ولنگاری و بیگانگی و براندازی میکنه توسط قلم که از پایش کس میشکنه. دیگر راه وجود نداره. برای تامین عدالت از دو گزینه باید کار گرفت، هم قلم هم تفنگ. ما تفنگ های خود ماندیم و بالاخره که در نظام های قبیلوی تفنگ تبند یک آدم مخنث هستی، تمام شدی. در نظام های هوچیگر و شلیخته شما تفنگ تماندین که یک آدم مخنث هستی، دیگه هیچ گپ نداری. ما را دیدیار کردن، ما را دیاک کردن و رهبرای ما مصروف فرجشان و دهنشان و جیبشان و زن گرفتن زن دادن شدن، داد ستود شدن، قمار شدن، تجارت شدن، همه ملت مصادره کردن. 16 میلیون خراسانی امروز در خارج از خراسان فعلا بی سرنوشت هستند. اون پی اچ دی که داره امروز خشلکاری میکنه، اون پزشک ما امروز زبان انگلیسی میآموزه، اون انجینر ما که است امروز که است مثلا دیگه کاری نداره، جز دیگه است در پیزا شاپ اگه اون برش کار پیدا شود. این جبر هم افغان کرد و هم افغان توپا کرد و ان شاء الله برای شما تعهد میسپاریم. آدمای خیلی جدی در کنار ما استاد شده. قانون انجمن law of association میگه شما هر آن کسی هستین همان کسان را جذب میکنین. ما آدمای خیلی جدی، پرگماتیک، آدمای اصولگرا و قانونمند باور داریم برای تکستوالایزیشن، باور داریم برای قانون، باور داریم برای راه، باور داریم برای برنامه‌های راهبردی. شما فکر بکنین که ایالات متحده خراسان 25 سال برنامه‌های راهبردی شما را که تنظیم کرده، تدوین کرده و به کلیشه و به عادت و به قانون در آورده و بالایش در شب و روز تیم ما در استرالیا است. امروز خواب از امریکا بیدار شده، امروز ما به خواب برویم که از استرالیا بیدار است، نیوزلند بیدار است. هیچ گاه ایالات متحده خراسان به خواب نمیرود. تیم ما تیم مکدونالی هست یا تیم مثلا در مدار ساعت کار میکنه. صادقانه با این تیم خیلی افتخار میکنه، ممنون. و ما کلاب هاوس سال پارا بودیم، سال 2022 کلاب هاوس ما 5 برنامه داریم، ثبت هم شده. دوستای عزیز شما بروین، مسئولین ما، بخش NHS ما، بخش آموزش پرورش ما، بخش خارجی ما، بخش داخلی ما، حتی نظامی ما، در اینجا ما یک برنامه داشتم آمد برنامه‌های راهبردی خود تنظیم کردم. 2 سال پیش ما هر آن چیزی گفتیم امروز عملی کردیم. دوستای عزیز در ایالات متحده خراسان بروین، ما 5 نشست داشتیم. همش ریکوردز در اینجا. این ششمین نشست ماست. لطفاً گوش کنین که ما 2 سال پیش چی گفتیم و حالا چه میگوییم و ان الله ماهای بعدی به گفته انگلیس سورپرایزایی را که از شما میشنوین، خبرهای عالی در داریم و خصوصا خیلی هیجان داریم و خیلی عرقلی زحمت میکشیم. کنفرانس البته آلمان ما را سرش کار داریم، جدی کار داریم. یکی از کلانترین کنفرانس های علمی را که در تاریخ خراسان اتفاق میفته تنظیم داریم، تنسیق داریم، ترتیب داریم و شما اگر گذرنامه دارین، حق سفر دارین، همتون دعوت هستین بیاین برادران و خواهرایتان از نزدیک ببینیم که واقعا هر آن چیزی که ما گفتیم آیا عملی میکنیم یا گفته شما اونمو افرادکای پرموج خود فروخته و خاک فروخته و هویت فروخته و زمین فروخته و درفش فروخته آمدن لفاظی کردن، امتیاز گرفتن و بالاخره حالا نمیفهم کجا هستن. همشون که از شکمبا بالا و که از اکانتاشون پول غم نانم ندارن، غم فرجم ندارن، غم زندگی هم ندارن، فقط فعلا در ارتباطاتشون با طالبا اوکی است. مشروعیت دادن مثل عبدالله شوری، مثل جندالله شوری، مثل پشم الله شوری، مثل حمدالله شوری، کل اینا که از یا بسشون در کابل هستن یا مثلا در دوبای هستن ولی ارتباطات با طالب داره، از طالب امتیاز میگیره، خب خدا گرفته. من نمونه هاش ان شاء الله در برنامه بعدی برای شما تفویض خواهم کرد. خیلی هیجان دارم واقعا و خیلی خرسند هستم که بخش انگلیسی ما خلاص شد. چارلی یا باور خراسانی که ما باید میرفتیم. احتراما به شما ما گفتمان پارسی را آغاز کردیم چون در برنامه ما دیگر نبود. اینجا آجی صاحب آمده بود پرسش کرد، به او یک کم تبصره داشتیم و همچنان چنگیز عزیز پرسش کرد، به او برنامه داشتیم و اگر اجازه باشه سرود ملی را بگذاریم. آریان عزیز اگر شما میتوانین یا شایق عزیز شما میتوانین یا ایمی جان شما میتوانین یا هر کسی که آماده است سرود ملی ما را بگذارن و بعد از او که هست انشالله میریم. مارشال عزیز وکیلی صاحب ما در کلاب هاوس برنامه داریم، اگر میتونی بیا. چون برنامه کلاب هاوس هم خلاص شد و در یوتیوب هم به نام خراسان اینترنشنال یوتیوب هم برنامه ما زنده است و فعلا هم که هست باید خداحافظی بکنیم. دوستا کسی هست سرود ملی را آماده است؟ چالی عزیز بگذارا. دوستان گرامی، ممنون از چارلی عزیز، ممنون از شایق عزیز، ممنون از آریای عزیز، ممنون از ایمی عزیز، ممنون از نادیه عزیز، ممنون از تمام دوستایی که اینجا حضور دارن. آرش بزرگوار، سکپتیک عزیز، خاموش عزیز، بچه عزیز، منیفم سخی جان عزیز، جهان عزیز، زبیر عزیز و دیگر دوستایی که اینجا حضور دارن. قدم های همه ما چابکتر و روان همه ما خراسانی تر باد و خراسان به پیش تا برنامه دیگه در خدمت شما خواهیم بود. خراسان به پیش. یالا. دوستای عزیز، ممنون تا اکنون بیننده بودین. سپاس و واقعا برای ما لذت بخش بود و ممنون از این که تا اکنون ما را بیننده بودین. ما در کلاب هاوس آمده بودیم، کلاب هاوس بودیم، 10 نفر اونجا حضور پیدا کرد و بحث‌های ما به زبان انگلیسی بود و ممنون از باور عزیز و ممنون از نادیه عزیز کردشون به زبان انگلیسی صحبت کردن. بله دوستای عزیز، کسانی که کلاب هاوس ندارند لطفاً کلاب هاوس دانلود بکنن. مثل یک اپلیکیشن مثل بیگو واری است، تیک تاک واری است، فیسبوک واری است، اینستاگرام واری است. ولی اینجا که است به میلیون انسان برنامه میگیرن و پیرامون برنامه های خاص که است چق میکنند، صحبت میکنند، کنفرانس میگیرن، سمینار میگیرن و بعضی از حتی برنامه های چی دارند، برنامه های آموزشی دارند که در اونجا شما میتوانید این کار انجام بدین. دیگه واقعا بله رازی گرامی، خوش آمدی، صفا آوردی و دوستایی که ما را البته برنامه ما را اینجا به پایان میرسانیم. انشالله ساعت 8 بجه دیگه برنامه داریم با رازیه، انشالله اونجا میبینیم و خراسان به پیش انشالله.